Chapter 907 One People. Chapter 907 One People. After handing the yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit and body fruit to Wang Yuan, Zhen Wushuang immediately found a secret chamber and began a closed-door cultivation. In the secret chamber, he sat cross-legged alone, and his face was unusually serious. In 3 years, the selection ceremony will be held. I'm bound to have a direct conflict with the Xia clan, even Empress Lung. The result of the selection ceremony can't be predicted, and whether I'll survive is unknown. But before the selection ceremony, every improvement I make to my strength will increase my odds. The most important thing right now is to break through to the eternal realm. Zhen Wushuang's eyes grew cold. He hadn't been in a hurry to break through before. But now everything was different. After all, he only had 3 years to prepare. In 3 years, he might have to face Empress Lung and the Xia clan, both huge forces. Let's get started. Zhen Wushuang closed his eyes and began to accumulate spiritual power. He had already reached the requirements to break through and realized the World Dao and the Slaughter Dao at the 9th level occult. Everything was ready. The next thing he had to do was accumulate spiritual power to break through the bottleneck in his body. In the secret chamber, time passed. While Zhen Wushuang was in the closed-door cultivation, Lung Wushuang was staying in the farthest end of the palace of the Tang of the East. She lived in a courtyard enclosed completely by restriction. She sat quietly, indifferent as usual, looking like a fairy. Her face was paler than it had been 200 years ago. A beautiful enchanting figure was slowly making its way over. "Your Majesty." The maidservants saluted respectfully at once. Lung Wushuang, however, was indifferent. "All of you can leave." Empress Lung waved her sleeves and the maidservants left. Only Empress Lung and Lung Wushuang remained. In 3 years, the selection ceremony will begin. "Everything has been prepared for you already, except yourself," Empress Lung said coldly. "It doesn't matter whether I'm ready or not, does it?" Lung Wushuang said. The Empress glared at her and said in a low voice, "You should have been married to the Xia clan 1,000 years ago. I have tolerated you for 1,000 years and that's more than enough, not to mention that I'm not forcing you to marry the Xia clan now. Instead, I'm holding a selection ceremony for you to choose the best young man to be your husband. What on earth do you have to complain about? I'm not unsatisfied. I just hope that at the selection ceremony, you, my mother, can choose my husband according to the rules of the ceremony," Lung Wushuang said indifferently. "Nonsense. We are inviting all the experts from the many different forces of the eternal world. How can I back out in front of so many people? But you are the one that should follow your words. I'm afraid that the final winner will be the master of the Xia clan, and you cannot refuse to marry at that time," Empress Lung said. "Don't worry, if he wins at the selection ceremony, I will marry him," Lung Wushuang said. "Good," Empress Lung nodded. But the next moment, she said in a soft voice, "Shuang'er, I'm doing this for you. The master of the Xia clan, his character, appearance and talent strength, is the best in the eternal world, almost flawless. Why does such a husband not deserve you? As for the poison in your body, although we couldn't find the yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit to refine the crepe myrtle elixir, I have sent people to find other elixirs to suppress the poison. You can rest assured. And as long as my plan with the national master is realized, I can reach a new level and help you quite easily. At that time, if you think that the master of the Xia clan doesn't suit your appetite, just tell me, and I will kill him and destroy the Xia clan. And I won't stop you from choosing someone else to be your husband. However, please tolerate this vexation for now." "Tolerate this vexation?" "Humph. Or in other words, you just want to use this marriage to placate the Xia clan and buy time for your and the national master's plan. Mother, do you think my father would agree to this?" Lung Wushuang said coldly. "Emperor Xiao? Even if he knew, what could he do? Win and you are king, lose and you are the outcast. Now I am the queen of the Tang of the East. The mansion masters of 36 prefectures of the Tang of the East only admire me as the queen. Who cares about Emperor Xiao?" Empress Lung said with a sneer, "But there is no sense in telling you. Be prepared, 3 years will pass quickly." After saying that, Empress Lung left and disappeared from the courtyard. Lung Wushuang was alone again, sitting in the courtyard. But on her cool face, a complicated emotion had appeared. 3 years. Will he come? Lung Wushuang immediately thought of a man. She gathered her consciousness and a figure suddenly appeared next to her. It was a dirty girl in a tattered black coat, with big eyes, and a touch of wit on her face. Shuer, go see that man for me, Lung Wushuang said coldly. No problem, the dirty girl said, blinking her eyes and nodding. Then she bounced vivaciously out of the courtyard. There was a restriction around the courtyard, no one could go in or out at will. However, the restriction seemed to be of no use to the dirty girl. The palace was guarded heavily and full of experts, but it seemed that no one could see her. The dirty girl bounced and left the courtyard quickly, and then, she left the palace. If Zhen Wushuang saw the dirty girl, he would recognize her at a glance as someone he had seen in the ancient world, Lung Rushue. She was Lung Wushuang's younger sister. At least, that's what he thought. However, if Zhen Wushuang were to have witnessed the scene in the courtyard where Lung Rushue came out from Lung Wushuang's body, he wouldn't think so. Lung Wushuang and Lung Rushue were one person. In the imperial city, Zhen Wushuang had been in the secret chamber for a month in a closed-door cultivation. He had tried to break through the bottleneck again and again. Today, he finally opened his eyes. I made it, he said excitedly, eyes shining. The third step of the heaven-defying 4 steps of the heavenly creation skill, the everlasting realm, I made it. After staying in the second step of the deification realm for hundreds of years, Zhen Wushuang had finally broken through. Chapter 908, The Third Step, Everlasting Realm. Chapter 908, The Third Step, Everlasting Realm. In the secret chamber, Zhen Wushuang sat alone observing the changes in his body. In the heaven-defying 4 steps of the heavenly creation skill, each step forward could bring a qualitative change. The first step was the heaven-treading realm. It had given Zhen Wushuang an incredible degree of perception and talent. The second step was the deification realm. It had given him extraordinary limitless battle strength. This was the reason he could fight with a Dao master when he was only a divine realm expert. The step he had entered now was the third step, the everlasting realm. The everlasting realm was similar to the eternal realm for ordinary warriors. At this step, the heavenly creation skill gave Zhen Wushuang an unprecedented life-saving ability. In the everlasting realm, I become immortal. Zhen Wushuang showed an expression of ecstasy. He already felt the change in his body. When he reached this step, his body had become completely different. He could clearly feel that every part of his body, his flesh, blood, even every single cell, seemed to be an independent life with exuberant vitality. Even if these parts separated from his body, they would still survive for a long time, and the body could live through them. In this step, unless his body was ruined completely with nothing left, Zhen Wushuang would not die. If Zhen Wushuang was more knowledgeable, he could hide a part of his body in a safe place. In this way, he could use it to recover even he was killed in a dangerous situation in the future. The everlasting realm. A real immortal body. Inverse cultivation is truly amazing. One can be immortal when they've only reached the eternal realm, the Jiyu King said. Like a parasite in Zhen Wushuang's body, the Jiyu King could feel the change in his body and knew his new ability. Even the Jiyu King couldn't help but be shocked. Immortal. Zhen Wushuang was delighted but shook his head immediately. Unfortunately, this ability only exists in this step. If I become a Dao master in the future, this ability will be impaired. It will be impossible to ever be immortal again. After figuring out this step, Zhen Wushuang started to explore his strength carefully. Stepping from the deification realm into the everlasting realm was just like a normal cultivator stepping from the divine realm into the eternal realm. Naturally, his strength would be greatly improved. As an inverse cultivator, Zhen Wushuang's improvement was even greater. There has been great improvement in all aspects of my strength and body. Zhen Wushuang clenched his hands and felt the power gather. He was at least a dozen times stronger than he had been when he was in the divine realm. His strength was now far beyond the limit of the eternal realm. Moreover, by breaking through the realm, he was able to improve several of his secret skills. Zhen Wushuang closed his eyes again to cultivate the Star River secret skill of the ancient god clan. There were 34 levels of the Star River secret skill. Jian Wushuang had reached the 15th level when he was in the Divine Realm. This was far beyond what normal Divine Realm experts could do. His secret skill level would naturally be higher now. Jian Wushuang reached the 16th level of the Star River secret skill very easily, then the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th levels. 3 days passed quickly. After 3 days, Jian Wushuang finally reached his limit in how far he could cultivate the Star River secret skill. He had attained the 24th level of the Star River secret skill. After cultivating 9 secret skill levels in one go, his power had increased 27 times. Adding in the 45 from before, Jian Wushuang's power was now 72 times that of a normal expert. Jian Wushuang was sure that it was absolutely comparable to or even stronger than the power of a normal Dao master. With my strength, I no longer need to fear a Dao master, Jian Wushuang thought. It is common for people to treat the inverse cultivation of an eternal realm expert as a Dao master. The strength of the 2 levels is comparable, the Jiyu King said, his voice sounding in Jian Wushuang's heart. Jian Wushuang nodded secretly. He knew that before he'd broken through, he had been able to fight with ordinary Dao masters. Now, after breaking through the realm, his strength had skyrocketed. Naturally, his battle strength was stronger. Jian Wushuang began to cultivate the immortality secret skill. When he was in the ancient world, he had gotten the immortality secret skill, a secret skill for the body. His body was already very strong. With this breakthrough, he quickly advanced to the 4th level of the secret skill, divine body technique. His body became more tenacious and strong. Jian Wushuang finally came out of the secret chamber. As soon as he came out, Wang Yuan called him. In a meeting hall. "Third brother, you have finally finished your cultivation. Your senior brother has been waiting for you for half a month," Wang Yuan said. "Senior brother?" Jian Wushuang was confused. Then he noticed a young man sitting on a chair in the meeting hall. He had long, blood-red hair. It looked like he had bathed in a sea of blood. The young man was his senior brother, Lingtian. "Junior brother, how's everything going?" Lingtian asked with a smile. "Senior brother, how did you know I was here?" Jian Wushuang asked, walking toward Lingtian. "Someone brought me." "Look," Lingtian said, pointing to the opposite side. Only then did Jian Wushuang notice that there was another man sitting in the meeting hall. He was quite mysterious, enveloped in a black robe so that Jian Wushuang could not see his face clearly. The man raised his head slightly. At the same time, laughter came slowly out from under his black robe. "Long time no see, Jian Wushuang." "Long time no see." Jian Wushuang wrinkled his eyebrows and looked at the man. When he saw the man's thin, old face, Jian Wushuang trembled in shock. "Senior Di Jing, is that you?" Chapter 909, The Arrival of Di Jing. Chapter 909, The Arrival of Di Jing. The man turned out to be Di Jing, whom Jian Wushuang met in the ancient world and saved his life. Di Jing was a subordinate of Emperor Xiao. "I don't come alone. She came here with me." Di Jing pointed to the door behind Jian Wushuang. Turning around, Jian Wushuang noticed a dirty girl who hid behind the door. "Leng Ruxue?" Jian Wushuang felt surprised. "Hi, big brother. I haven't seen you in a while." Leng Ruxue walked toward him with a bright smile. Jian Wushuang was wearing an odd expression as he looked at her. He had met Leng Ruxue before, and knew she was the younger sister of Leng Ruxuang. However, he found that Leng Ruxuang was the only princess in Tang of the East. No one heard of Leng Ruxue. Therefore, Jian Wushuang wondered about her. Now they met again. "How come you are still young after so many years?" Jian Wushuang chuckled. "I am a grown-up." Leng Ruxue answered proudly. Jian Wushuang laughed and turned to Di Jing. "Dear Di Jing, are you in the ancient world with Emperor Xiao? Why you come here with my first senior brother?" Jian Wushuang sat beside him and asked. He used to think Di Jing's strength was unfathomable, although he was not as strong as Emperor Xiao. As Jian Wushuang improved his strength and opened his mind, he was able to judge the real realm Di Jing entered. Dao Master. As the 7th war god of Emperor Xiao, Di Jing was a real expert at the level of Tao Master. My lord went back to the eternal world. I come to see you. Di Jing smiled. See me? About the selection ceremony? Jian Wushuang guessed. Yes. Di Jing nodded seriously. Miss Lung is my lord's flesh and blood. He has been helping her detoxify the ice heart poison for years. He loves his daughter so much. A few days ago, my lord heard that Emperor Lung would hold a selection ceremony for Miss Lung. So we came here instantly. Sure enough. Jian Wushuang was not surprised. Emperor Lung wanted to make alliances with Xia clan through marriage, to which Emperor Xiao would never consent. So my lord, let me ask you, would you participate in the selection ceremony held 3 years later? Di Jing got right to the point. Of course I would. Jian Wushuang did not hesitate. So, if you win at the selection ceremony, you will marry my lord's daughter? Di Jing stared at him. I will. Jian Wushuang nodded, but only if Miss Lung is willing to marry me. Hey, don't worry, my big brother. I'm sure my sister will marry you. Lung Rushue giggled. Jian Wushuang shrugged. Well, let's discuss it. Di Jing began to talk. The selection ceremony will invite experts from all the forces. Many geniuses want to win, but there's only one winner. So the competition will be fierce. And the competition focuses on 2 things. One is the wedding gifts. The other is talent strength. The geniuses eligible to participate must have a certain power behind them. Some of them may be the top geniuses from all the forces, while some may be personal disciples who have been carefully cultivated by old masters. In short, since they will attend the ceremony, their wedding gifts are definitely great. Among these geniuses, the one who has the biggest power behind him is Xia Mang, first master of Xia clan. The marriage between Xia clan and Tang of the East is bound to happen. Emperor Leng had conspired with Xia clan earlier. As the biggest overlord clan in Tang of the East, Xia clan will prepare extraordinary wedding gifts. Jian Wushuang, have you prepared any wedding gifts? Di Jing asked. I do have prepared some, but I don't know if they are better than those of Xia clan. Jian Wushuang frowned. After he knew the selection ceremony from Wang Yuan, he immediately began to prepare 2 wedding gifts. They were crepe myrtle elixir and body dan. The elixir could suppress the poison inside Lung Rushuang. The 2 gifts were treasures. Especially the body fruit, it could help an eternal realm expert become Tao Master. Jian Wushuang was confident that his wedding gifts could match those of other geniuses, but he was not sure whether they were better than the gifts of Xia clan. After all, being the biggest overlord clan in Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land, Xia clan had an impressive history. Their wedding gifts would be well prepared. Not to mention, Jian Wushuang needed to surpass Xia Mang in every aspect. My lord said he could help you if your wedding gifts are not good enough. Di Jing said. Are you sure? Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows. Emperor Xiao is Lung Rushuang's father. How can he prepare the wedding gifts for his son-in-law? Xue Lingtian said nothing beside them. At this moment, he said to Di Jing, we won't bother Emperor Xiao. Since Wushuang is the disciple of ancient sect, we will prepare his wedding gifts. My junior brother, Xue Lingtian looked at Jian Wushuang. I will tell our master about this. His gifts won't let you down. Thanks. Jian Wushuang nodded heavily. He was confident in his master's mysterious and amazing skills. After hearing his words, Di Jing's complexion turned odd. According to the information he received, the master of Jian Wushuang and Xue Lingtian was only an eternal realm expert from an ordinary sect in the remote domain. How can an eternal realm expert prepare great wedding gifts? Although puzzled, he didn't talk about it too much, because Jian Wushuang and Xue Lingtian were so confident. Now that we do not have to worry about the wedding gifts, the only thing left is strength. Jian Wushuang, can you battle with Xia Mang? Di Jing looked at him. Chapter 910, The Third Treasure. Chapter 910, The Third Treasure. Xia Mang. Jian Wushuang couldn't help but fall into deep thought. Ever since he had arrived in Tang of the East, he had heard the name of the eldest son in Xia family more than once. The so-called number 1 genius in Eternal World, number 1 in Eternal Realm, the youngest eternal realm in the history of eternal world, and so on. However, Zhen Wushuang had been doubtful of the so-called number 1 genius, number 1 in eternal realm. If we were to fight one-on-one, he would definitely lose, Zhen Wushuang said in a low voice. Oh, so confident. Di Jing looked at Zhen Wushuang in surprise. He didn't know that Zhen Wushuang was said to possess the fighting power of 1 in the 7th step of eternal realm even before breakthrough. Number 1 in eternal realm in eternal world, he is just a joke in front of me. Zhen Wushuang's gaze was cold. Then, King of Venomous Worms in his body spoke, Zhen Wushuang, you are an inverse cultivator. Once you had reached eternal realm, it will just be like a Tao master of an ordinary cultivator. Plus, you have the bloodline of ancient god. On top of that, you have extraordinary encounters and many skills. You would be playing the bully if you were to compare to the so-called number 1 in eternal realm in this world. Bully? Zhen Wushuang chuckled quietly. As you have no problem with betrothal presence and power, it will be much easier. You only have to surpass Xia Mang in the son-in-law recruitment assembly. All forces and experts will be watching. Although Emperor Lung is brutal, he shouldn't go against the rules he set. Di Jing smiled. Of course, you have to prepare for the best and for the worst. If you were to lose to Xia Mang on the son-in-law recruitment assembly, or if Emperor Lang goes against his own rules, we will have to fight against Emperor Lang and Xia family head-on. Di Jing's expression became cold. Back then, Master lost to Emperor Lang and he had no choice but to leave Tang of the East. However, although Master left, he never gave up. All these years, he has been storing up strength. Until now, although the accumulated power wasn't enough to match evenly with Emperor Leng or Xia family, he stands a chance to fight a war. Stand a chance to fight a war. Xue Lingtian looked shocked and complimented. We of Void Temple knew long ago that Emperor Xiao had been accumulating power. We never expected that the power that Xiao accumulated over such a short period of time has reached such a level. TSK. He lives up to his name, Emperor Xiao, the second place among the 4 emperors. Zhen Wushuang was stunned at the comment. Emperor Xiao was on the second place among the 4 emperors? Senior Di Jing, I never understood. Why would Emperor Xiao and Emperor Leng, who were a couple, suddenly have a falling out? And, Emperor Xiao is so powerful, why would he lose at the hands of Emperor Leng back then? Zhen Wushuang asked. Among the 4 emperors, Emperor Qing was widely acknowledged as the strongest. Hence, he naturally was in first place. As for Emperor Xiao, he was in the second place. He was definitely stronger than Emperor Leng by 1 notch. Why would he lose? I am not sure why Master fell out with Emperor Leng back then. Master never told me either. As for why Master lost, it was because Emperor Leng had a helping hand. An impressive helping hand, Di Jing said. Who? Zhen Wushuang asked. National Master Di Jing said. Zhen Wushuang understood then. When he had been in Blood Eagle Guard, he had also heard that there was an impressive national master in Tang of the East who had great skills. Just like the Divine Sea and Blood Eagle armor, they were both from the hands of the national master. Oh yeah, Zhen Wushuang, as you are joining the son-in-law recruitment assembly, do you have a recommendation? Di Jing asked. Recommendation? Zhen Wushuang was confused. Not everyone can join son-in-law recruitment assemble. You, of course, need to have a recommendation and the person who gives it to you has to have enough say to let Tang of the East treat him politely, Di Jing explained. Zhen Wushuang looked to his senior, Xue Lingtian, subconsciously. Xue Lingtian, as one of the 18 masters of Void Temple, held a high position too. Don't look at your senior. His position has power but Void Temple is aloof. They never get involved in any fight among forces in Eternal World. The son-in-law recruitment assembly is possibly the fight between Emperor Leng and Master, so your senior is not in an appropriate position to get involved, Di Jing said. Xue Lingtian shrugged helplessly too. If you have no recommender, Master invited one for you, Di Jing said. Who is it? Zhen Wushuang asked. Alchemy Master. Hu Qiong, Di Jing said. The Alchemy Master is widely recognized as the number 1 elixir master in Eternal World. He is in eminent position in Eternal World. There are many experts who once looked for him to refine elixirs and owe him a favor. Although he is alone, as long as he orders, there will be a bunch of Tao masters swarming in to work for him. He alone represents a fierce force. Besides, this alchemy master is the master of your brother here. Huh! Jian Wushuang's eyes shone and he immediately looked at Wang Yuan. Haha, third brother, don't worry about it. Master replied to me long ago that he agreed to give you a recommendation. After all, you offered him quite a number of good things. He was rather delighted. Wang Yuan smiled. I see. Your master is the #1 elixir master in Eternal World. No wonder your elixir refining skills could improve so greatly, Jian Wushuang complimented as he said, thank alchemy master on my behalf. No problem, Wang Yuan waved. Alright, I have told you everything I need to. 3 years later, the son-in-law recruitment assembly will take place. You have 3 years' time to prepare. 3 years later, don't let master and his eldest daughter down, Di Jing exhorted. Millimeter, Jian Wushuang nodded solemnly. Very soon, Di Jing and Leng Rushue had left but Xue Lingtian wasn't in a hurry to leave. He took Jian Wushuang to a secluded void. Junior, the son-in-law recruitment assembly 3 years later, I will come personally. However, due to my position, I can't be your recommendation. However, if there were to be any accident at the assembly, I will still appear as an individual to lend you a helping hand, Xue Lingtian said in a serious tone. Thank you, senior, Jian Wushuang expressed his gratitude. I came here today to ask about the son-in-law recruitment assembly, but there's one more thing. Xue Lingtian waved and took out a scroll painting that seemed to be turning yellow. This is. Jian Wushuang looked at the scroll painting in shock. I returned to firmament territory and I saw the master. This scroll painting, master entrusted me to bring it to you. Xue Lingtian said, master said that he would give us 3 treasures that we could use when we leave firmament territory to wander. He gave it to you. However, he gave you 2 previously and this is the third one. Chapter 911 Mountain River Map. Chapter 911 Mountain River Map. The third treasure? Jian Wushuang was excited. When he left the firmament territory, his master had promised to send him 3 treasures. The first treasure was the Blood Mountain Sword which could be used both to kill and to suppress. Its mighty power even exceeded Emperor weapons. It had improved Jian Wushuang's overall strength considerably. He was good at using it. The second treasure was the token containing the 3 sword essences which could save his life. Each sword essence was more powerful than the last one. Jian Wushuang had only used 2 of them, and the 2 sword essences had achieved the expected effect. Xian Yi had once told him that he was preparing the third treasure and would find the proper time to give him it. Now Xian Yi had asked Xue Lingtian to give him this. Thank you, first senior brother. Jian Wushuang put the scroll into his interspatial ring. By the way, I have told our master about the wedding gifts. Just rely on him. He will give you an unparalleled gift in 3 years. Xue Lingtian smiled. Jian Wushuang blinked excitedly. He knew his master never broke his word. The wedding gift was sure to be incomparable. Junior brother, I have to deal with some affairs at the Void Temple. Make good preparations for the selection ceremony. See you. Xue Lingtian left. After seeing him off, Jian Wushuang returned to the secret chamber. The ancient yellow scroll was suspending in the air in front of him. It seemed to be ordinary. If it was sold on the street, no one would take a second glance at it. My master is so skillful that he has given me 2 useful treasures. The third treasure must be even more beneficial to me. He spent such a long time preparing it. But what about its power? Jian Wushuang stared at the scroll expectantly. It's only a treasure. Why are you so excited? The Jiyu king asked carelessly. You know nothing about it. Every treasure my master has given me is of great use. So is this. And this one must be extraordinary, Jian Wushuang replied. Oh, extraordinary? Jian Wushuang, do you know what level your master has reached? Is he a Tao master? The Jiyu king asked him. Jian Wushuang thought for a while and shook his head. My master is not a Tao master. He has only entered the Eternal Realm. Eternal Realm? The Jiyu king laughed out loud. How can you expect an eternal realm expert to give you an extraordinary treasure? Jian Wushuang, is your horizon so narrow? Please leave me alone. His eyes fixed upon the scroll. Let it recognize its lord first. Jian Wushuang dropped his blood on the scroll, waiting for it to recognize him as its lord. Everything went smoothly. Once the scroll recognized Jian Wushuang as its lord, he saw a glint of gold on its surface. Suddenly, the whole scroll took on an entirely new look, as if it had woken up. That's interesting. The Jiyu king was astonished too, but still didn't pay much attention. Jian Wushuang breathed a sigh of relief, then opened the scroll. He saw a vivid image. There were mountains, rivers, sky, and earth. Everything was vivid and lifelike. The most appealing part was the 9 continents, each of which was extremely realistic. Jian Wushuang took a casual look at one of them, only to see a boundless world. A series of information was sent to Jian Wushuang from the scroll. It's the mountain-river map. The endless mountains and rivers divide the 9 provinces. The mountains and rivers are as palms, and the 9 provinces as the seal, creating the country. Jian Wushuang was shocked at these simple messages. A secret skill appeared in his mind. The secret skill was called the 9-province seal. The 9-province seal was a powerful secret skill based on the 9 provinces in the mountain-river map. It had 9 moves in total. The first move, Qing province as the seal, was called Split the Heavens. The second move, Yu province as the seal, was called Hack the Earth. The third move, Yang province as the seal, was called Overwhelm the Rain. The fourth move, Yang province as the seal, was called Turn Up the Cloud. The fifth move. Jian Wushuang was in a total shock. It also hit the Jiyu king. How can it be? Incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Even I cannot crack the secret skills in the treasure. Are you kidding me? Jian Wushuang, are you sure your master gave you this scroll? The Jiyu king asked. Yes, Jian Wushuang nodded. Is he really just an eternal realm expert? The Jiyu king asked again. He is. Jian Wushuang nodded uncertainly. The Jiyu king did not say anything. After a long period of silence, he spoke again. If I'm right, it was your master who passed the secret skill which can improve your consciousness. Yes, Jian Wushuang nodded. If the universal Tao scripture did make his consciousness stronger, it had to have been refined by his master. Here, it seems that your master is more than an eternal realm expert. Even I cannot crack the secret skills in this treasure. If he refined this scroll, I'm certain no one can reach his level of refining weapons. The Jiyu king became solemn. Jian Wushuang was silent. He did not reply, but instead continued to study the mountain-river map. The mountain-river map works in cooperation with the 9-province seal. The 9-province seal looks extraordinary. I wonder if I'll be able to understand the first move of the 9-province seal, as well as the second sword formation of the 9th heaven sword formation in the next 3 years, Jian Wushuang said hopefully. The 9th heaven sword formation was his unexpected tricky move. He had managed to display the second sword formation when he was meditating on Star Island. It took too much spiritual power for a divine realm expert to display the second sword formation, but it became easier once he entered Eternal Realm. Chapter 9:12, Before the Storm. Chapter 9:12, Before the Storm. In the secret chamber, the 2 original bodies of Jian Wushuang appeared at the same time. After, his world body remained in the secret chamber, meditating the 9-province seal on the mountain-river map, while the slaughter body left the royal palace for a remote forest. Jian Wushuang stood on the void of the forest, staring at the sword magic weapons with mauve gleaming in them. Organic magic weapon, 1-meter sword, 72 in total. Jian Wushuang displayed the 9th heaven sword formation with blood sky sword. He shape-shifted it into 1-meter sword, the more powerful one. Taking a deep breath, Jian Wushuang endless spiritual power seeped from his pores. 9th heaven sword formation, combine, crash. The 72 1-meter swords merged rapidly and combined into a mauve sword. Although this sword was not large and a mere 3 meters long, its razor-sharp edge shined blindingly bright. Kill. Fueled by the killing intent in Jian Wushuang's eyes, The sword rushed forward quickly. The mauve glint flashed across the void. Boom! An enormous hole penetrated the center of a mountain 3,000 meters away from Jian Wushuang. The spiral hole drilled with outrageous force. The power is not sufficient enough, besides it consumes too much spiritual power. I need to improve upon it. Jian Wushuang brandished the sword formation again. In the forest, the slaughter body of Jian Wushuang absorbed and practiced the second sword formation. Jian Wushuang meditated the second sword formation, but it took too long to display skillfully. The two original bodies of Jian Wushuang endeavored to improve their strength, making preparations for the selection ceremony. Time flied. 3 years passed. 2 days remained until the selection ceremony. Deep in the royal place, in a garden covered by the restriction, white-robed Lung Rushuang looked up at the sky and whispered, "Is the day coming?" "Sooner or later." Lung Rushuang outstretched her hands. A cold breeze blew past. "It's so windy." Many profound clans resided in Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. Among them, the Xia clan reigned the strongest along with their first overlord clan. Except Xia clan, only a few top clans still existed. One of them, the Beiming clan, ranked on par with the Xia clan. A grey-robed middle-aged man sat in the splendid palace of the Beiming clan. He narrowed his eyes and rocked his chair, the man's handsome face and delicate, short dark hair wooing the servants around him. In front of him stood a number of black-robed men. They looked ordinary without any breath of cultivation power, but that was exactly why they looked dreadful. All the black-robed men, radiating a particularly powerful presence, were obviously supreme experts at the level of Tao Master. "Everything is finished, my lord," a skinny elder from the group said. If Jian Wushuang were present, he would recognize that the elder was Di Jing. The only person who commanded Di Jing in Eternal World was Emperor Xiao, the grey-robed middle-aged man. "What about you?" Emperor Xiao asked, glancing at the purple-robed man beside him. The man, Beiming Hao, was the leader of Beiming clan. Although a rebellious person, he behaved in front of Emperor Xiao. "We are at your command, your majesty," Beiming Hao said humbly. "Good," Emperor Xiao said, nodding slightly with sparkling dark eyes like the night sky. "My power and the experts I invited, as well as Beiming clan, is more than sufficient to wage war with Emperor Lung. Most importantly, that man agreed to join us." That man. The black-robed men including Di Jing and Bei Mingho, faces reddened in frustration when Emperor Xiao mentioned that man. They just dared to fight with Emperor Lung before that man agreed to join. Now they had a 30% chance of winning. "A 30% chance is enough for us," Emperor Xiao said, crossing his hands. "But if Jian Wushuang wins and that bitch keeps her words, we may need not intervene. Just wait for the selection ceremony." Firmament territory was only a little territory in the Eternal World. Among all the sects and powers in Firmament territory, the 3 magnates controlled the lead. Ancient Sect was merely one of the top sects. In the palace of Ancient Sect atop a mountain, white-robed Palace Master Xian Yi gazed up at the sky with hands behind his back. He stood straighter than a pine. That is, before a figure suddenly appeared behind him. "Your Majesty, Palace Master Xian Yi." He was Palace Master Destruction, one of the 12 Palace Masters of the Ancient Sect. "According to your command, I've allowed our disciples to gather at Heavenly Peak Valley. Tomorrow we can begin the hunting competition," Palace Master Destruction said. "Oh." Xian Yi furrowed his brow and smiled. "The Heavenly Peak Valley must be noisy with so many people. Go and maintain order." "Okay," Palace Master Destruction said, nodding in bewilderment. To improve the strength of the disciples, the Ancient Sect hosted an unprecedented hunting competition. It was normal to hold a competition, but strangely, all the disciples participated. The outer disciples and inner disciples, as well as experts from the Ancient Sect, have all gone to help maintain order. Only Xian Yi remained. Was it necessary for all the disciples to participate in such a hunting competition? Despite his doubts, Palace Master Destruction asked nothing. After Palace Master Destruction left, Xian Yi stood alone at the peak again. He reached out and covered the heaven. "The storm gathers. Wushuang, I have already sent you the wedding gift, but you should win at the selection ceremony by yourself. Come now, don't disappoint me. Xuanyi muttered to himself in a soft voice and smiled. Chapter 9:13, Taken Aback. Chapter 9:13, Taken Aback. When the selection ceremony arrived, Jian Wushang finished his meditation. During the 3 years of meditation, his 2 original bodies possessed a good command of 9 province seal and the second move of 9th heaven sword formation. Having entered the initial realm of the second move of 9th heaven sword formation, Jian Wushang easily wielded it with outrageous proficiency. As for the 9 province seal in Mountain River map, it released great power in collaboration with the map. This secret skill was much more domineering than what Jian Wushang had seen previously. Jian Wushang only managed to crack the first move, while he still unable to wield it. He received no chance of driving Mountain River map since it drained too much spiritual power. It was early in the morning. Jian Wushang sat on a chair in the meeting hall with 3 other figures. 2 of them were his 2 close friends, Wang Yuan and Yang Zixuan. Yang Zixuan stayed at Circis Island before, but rushed to the royal palace to assist Jian Wushang. At the first sight of Yang Zixuan, King of Venomous Worms could not help but exclaim, "Amazing aura of Emperor. What a high-grade bloodline." With the help of Emperor Xiao, Yang Zixuan once received a bloodline inheritance. No wonder he possessed a high-grade bloodline. He made great progress these last few years and ranked the top of the Eternal Realm. If he completely erupted the bloodline at any cost, he may have the strength to combat a Dao Master. A grey-robed elder also sat among them quietly. This weathered elder closed his eyes slightly, blinked twice, and repeated. He looked like a piece of wood. He was Alchemy Master Hu Qiong, the master of Wang Yuan, and the acknowledged first alchemist in the ancient world. This alchemy master served as the introducer of Jian Wushang at the selection ceremony. The 4 figures waited for dawn without words. Although they didn't wait long. From the horizon, the sun rose, and the first rosy sunlight shined upon the ancient royal palace. The entire royal palace awakened. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. One by one, the bells tolled in a deep and resonant voice. The sound reverberated through the royal palace. In the meeting hall, the 4 figures opened their eyes and looked at the window. Finally. Has it arrived? Jian Wushang stood up slowly. A smile softened his cold face as he saw the rosy sunlight. Let's go. Dan Zun also stood up. Afterwards, they set off for the ceremony venue. At the same time, in other places of the royal palace, experts from various forces of the eternal world also set off. A great many of experts rushed to the drill ground at the center of the royal palace like buzzing wasps. When Jian Wushang and other 3 figures arrived, lots of people eagerly awaited there. So many people, Jian Wushang said, scanning the crowd on the drill ground. There were numerous figures entering from the void nearby. There are millions of people. Wang Yuan was stunned by the scene. Crowds of people gathered around the grill ground. Everyone who attended the selection ceremony was capable, and many of them were preeminent. Fortunately, the Royal Guard of Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land sent all the members. They maintained order with Blood Eagle Guard. Some experts at the level of Dao Master also kept an bird's-eye view of the venue. As a result, the drill ground was safe for all. Blood Mountain, I gave you a referral 2 days ago. As you requested, I used the name Jian Wushang, Alchemy Master said. Thank you, Alchemy Master. Jian Wushang nodded slightly. Because he wanted to marry Lung Rushuang fair and square, he had to use his real name. Although it would cause a lot of trouble, he would face them sooner or later. Since Xia clan was so powerful, they must have received the list of the competitors. They surely were astonished to see my name on the list. Jian Wushang said, laughing in his mind. He killed Xia Yang in person, the second master of Xia clan. People in Xia clan searched for him these years, but found nothing. This time, if they knew he dared to participate in this selection ceremony and to compete with Xia Mang, they would definitely do far worse than slander his name. A figure suddenly appeared beside Jian Wushang. Hi, first senior brother. Jian Wushang greeted him with a wave. His first senior brother, Shui Lingtian. Have a gander at your wedding gift, my junior brother. Shui Lingtian said, offering him an interspatial ring. Is this? Jian Wushuang smiled and took the ring. He saw the mysterious smile on Shui Lingtian's face, which aroused his curiosity. What will the wedding gift would be? Jian Wushuang said, peeking inside interspatial ring with curiosity and anticipation. When he saw clear what the wedding gift truly was, he and King of Venomous Worms stomped their feet vehemently. How is this possible? Jian Wushuang said in a demanding voice, staring at the ring in shock. Monster. Your master is a true monster, Jian Wushuang. King of Venomous Worms roared. How did he obtain these? He refined them on his own? Impossible. That's impossible. Monster. Your master is a monster. A series of roars from King of Venomous Worms rang out in Jian Wushuang's mind. Jiao Wushuang felt the same as King of Venomous Worms. Horrible. He even shivered with fear. He was totally taken aback by the wedding gift his master gave him, and believed whoever saw it would be taken aback as well. After all, this wedding gift was too. It was far too shocking and stunning. Chapter 914, Xia Mang. Chapter 914, Xia Mang. So what do you think, junior brother? Shui Lingtian asked, looking at Jian Wushuang with great interest. He saw this wedding gift himself earlier, and was quite astonished at the time. Jian Wushuang inhaled deeply and tried to hold back his great shock. He then nodded. With a gift like this, I shall never fear what the Xia clan holds in their hands, even if they take out everything they could find. Aha, laughed Shui Lingtian. Don't worry. Xia clan won't be so stupid to bring out all they have even if they are going to unite by marriage. The wedding gift is all set, and for that aspect, you are on your own now. I know. Jian Wushuang nodded again. Blood Mountain, my friend. It is time you see yourself out. Alchemy Master looked over here. My third brother, Master asked me to inform you that everything is ready now. Just go for it. Yang Zishuan said. You can count on it. Have I, Jian Wushuang, ever disappointed anyone before? Not to mention that this time is about the matter of my life. With a grin, he clenched his hands. Before you even realized, he already moved towards the center of the drill ground below. We shall leave too, Master Bloodsaber. Alchemy Master said, looking at Shui Lingtian with a huge smile. Right. Shui Lingtian nodded slightly, but his gaze remained on Jian Wushuang. He then fetched out a token with his hand. We should pray that the selection ceremony goes well, otherwise. Shui Lingtian gazed upon the token in his hand with a grim face. The huge drill ground extends for hundreds of miles, enough to accommodate hundreds of millions of people. At the edge of the drill ground gathered millions of people who are here to watch the selection ceremony. But there are only a few figures on the center vacant ground of the drill ground. These 10 people are talented genius recommended by expert to take part in this selection ceremony. And among those people, most have already made their names known in Eternal World. You see that young man in white clothes? Is he not Dongyang Chong from Dongyang clan? Dongyang Chong has only cultivated himself for less than 10,000 of years, yet he is now at the top of Eternal Realm. He is indeed quite talented, maybe just a little behind Xia Mang. Besides, Dongyang clan possesses great background which is thought to be only next to Xia clan in Tang of the East. It seems like this Dongyang Chong has a great chance of becoming the emperor's son-in-law. I have seen that long-haired man with a cold expression. He is the personal disciple of Deep Sea Palace Master. His name is Li Tianqiu, a great genius, and he is already well known in Eternal World many years ago. Deep Sea Palace Master, you say? He is a mighty Dao master that even Emperor Lung regards highly. He is now an overlord in Eternal World for the Deep Sea Palace he established. That is Ku Yi, the personal disciple of Elder Deadwood. I heard he is an orphan adopted by Elder Deadwood. All these young geniuses have been recognized by the audience for they all have strong backing, great talent and strength. But of course among these young men, there is someone unheard. Jian Wushuang. Jian Wushuang wore a blood-red robe fashioned from Shui Ying armor. On his back he carried a blood mountain sword. The young man just stood there with his arms folded and his eyes closed. Jian Wushuang was indifferent, though the eyes of the audience glanced at him from time to time. Who is the one carrying the sword? I have no idea, but he is recommended by Alchemy Master. Alchemy Master? He is the top alchemist of the eternal world. Very impressive, but still we know little about his strength. Occasionally, people discussed Jian Wushuang a little. Just then, dozens of figures rushed the drill ground from the void outside. The aura spreading out of these figures was so strong that it attracted all the eyes of the people present. Xia clan. People from Xia clan. Xia clan has come. The first overlord clan in Tang of the East. There came a commotion all over the drill ground. Those figures hesitated not one bit, they made a straight path to the grand stand floating in front of the drill ground. Yet only one figure flew towards the drill ground down below. Soon this figure reached the center of the drill ground. This man wore a luxurious silk robe and let his long hair flow freely in the air. He possessed a gorgeous visage as if he was from a fairyland. With a crinkled smile on the corners of his mouth, he emitted a unique charm that no one could describe. With his appearance, a peculiar sense spread out. All the eyes of those attending were gravitated towards him, immediately making him the center of this whole world. Xia Mang. He is the acknowledged first genius of Eternal World, first Eternal Realm. He is also the youngest to ever enter Eternal Realm, and the true chosen one. Everyone's eyes focused on him. Xia Mang is considered the legend of the youth in Eternal World. Even someone like Dongyang Chong, Li Tianqiu, Ku Yi also focused their eyes on Xia Mang. Indeed, they were true top genius, but the huge gap between them and Xia Mang was clear. Xia Mang, Jian Wushuang said, finally opening his eyes as he looked toward him. And coincidentally, the eyes of Xia Mang also looked around and happened to meet Jian Wushuang's eyes. And then, they became the center of the whole world. Xia Mang, who captured the eyes of all, paced slowly towards Jian Wushuang and then stopped when there was less than 10 meters away. After that, Xia Mang raised his head and looked directly at Jian Wushuang, his eyes covered by a freezing aura. Jian Wushuang trained his eyes on Xia Mang calmly. Their eyes met and caused a huge collision in the void. It seemed the whole universe became silent all at once. For both Jian Wushuang and Xia Mang, they could not see anyone at this moment. All they saw in their eyes was each other. This feeling was like a needle pointing to an awning. This unique scene was witnessed by the entire audience. The atmosphere in the drill ground stirred. What's happening? Who is that guy and why is Xia Mang so concerned about him? There are dozens of geniuses taking part in this ceremony. Among them are some talented ones like Dongyang Chong, Li Tianqiu, and Ku Yi. Yet Xia Mang ignores all of them and goes straight to unknown folk. Who is he? All at once, many people wondered who Jian Wushuang really was. And then, in the middle of the drill ground stood two men against each other. Xia Mang suddenly opened his mouth and said, "I have a younger brother, my sibling." Xia Mang spoke in a low voice, but somehow his words managed to spread out among the drill ground for everyone to hear clearly. "He was killed by me." Jian Wushuang spoke with no emotion, he didn't evade the question one bit. Chapter 9:15, Tit for Tat. Chapter 9:15, Tit for Tat. He's dead. I killed him. These simple words sounded cold, but turned the drill ground on instantly. He's the guy who killed Xia Mang's brother? Yes, I remember. More than 200 years ago, Xia Yang fought with a Divine Realm expert in Circis Island. The Divine Realm expert defeated him with only 3 sword strikes. Xia Yang died afterwards. It is said that he was killed by the Divine Realm expert when he went for revenge. The Divine Realm expert is called Jian Wushuang. Jian Wushuang? It's him. That's him. No wonder Xia Mang went to him directly. His Jian Wushuang, who killed Xia Yang more than 200 years ago. Numerous exclamations filled the drill ground one after another. Everyone gawked at Jian Wushuang in astonishment. At the time when second master of Xia clan died, the entire Xia clan was enraged, raising chaos in the kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. During those years, Xia clan kept looking for the Divine Realm expert but couldn't find him. Who knew the Divine Realm expert had not only made a breakthrough to Eternal Realm, but also came to the selection ceremony. So above board. Didn't he worry about being killed by the Xia clan? It was you. Xia Mang's expression turned cold. Without any effort to cover, his intention to kill was obvious. What of it? Jian Wushuang said, glancing at Xia Mang. Good. I like your arrogance, Xia Mang sneered. Don't worry, it's selection ceremony with Emperor Lung present. Our Xia clan won't kill you here. But once the selection ceremony ends, you must die. No one can save you, no matter it's alchemy master who recommended you this time, or your senior brother Master Bloodsaber. You have no say about whether they can save me, or whether I will die, Jian Wushuang answered coldly. When I say you must die, you will. Xia Mang said. It seemed like he announced Jian Wushuang's fate. Do I? I will wait. Jian Wushuang showed no change in his facial expression. It seemed he cared little about what Xia Mang said at all. People around the drill ground heard their confronting conversations. Some of them became secretly expectant. In the void in front of the drill ground, a giant stand floated with some console tables on it. Many stalwart people with strong auras sat in front of the tables. There were dozens of them. They were either the masters of some big clans and powers, or the solitary experts with formidable prowess. Jian Wushuang's senior brother, Xue Lingtian, alchemy master, was there too. Those experts saw clearly what occurred down there. Haha, it's quite confronting. But it makes sense. It's Xia Mang's biological brother that Jian Wushuang killed. I quite admire this little guy. He knows that the Xia clan hunts him by any means. Without hiding away, instead, he comes to this selection ceremony above board. Does he believe his senior brother or alchemy master can save him? Although alchemy master is very powerful, as far as I know, he has nothing to do with Jian Wushuang. He won't risk his relationship with the Xia clan just for Jian Wushuang. As regards Master Bloodsaber, he is one of the 18 masters of the Void Temple, which should not be underestimated. But the dispute between Jian Wushuang and the Xia clan has nothing to do with the Void Temple. It's impossible for the Void Temple to step in. Master Bloodsaber alone is still not enough when pitted against the Xia clan. The experts in front of the console tables chatted freely. They hid nothing while talking. Everything they said was heard by people from the Xia clan and Master Bloodsaber. 2 Dao master experts of the Xia clan sat in front of the central tables. Among them was Elder He. Jian Wushuang met him in Circis Island. The other one had messy black hair and dark skin, making him look like a wild man. The great elder of the Xia clan, Xia Yu. Hearing the conversations among the experts, Xia Yu snorted, a junior with no respect. He who killed our Xia clan people must die. Hearing that, Xue Lingtian, sitting right in front of Xia Yu, looked over and said slowly, Are you honestly this angry, Elder Xia Yu? Master Bloodsaber, Jian Wushuang killed the second master of our Xia clan. We didn't destroy the ancient sect he belongs to. That's respecting you. Don't being unappreciated, Xia Yu snorted. What can you do if I am unappreciated? Do you even desire to kill me? Xue Lingtian sneered, Xia Yu, I am not looking down upon you. I am sitting before you and I won't fight back. If you dare, just go ahead. Xue Lingtian sipped the wine glass before him. Hearing this, Xia Yu furrowed his brow. To kill Xue Lingtian? He dared not. Not only won't he, even the master of the Xia clan, or the ancestor behind the Xia clan wouldn't dare kill Xue Lingtian so openly. After all, no power in the entire eternal world sustained the anger of the Void Temple. I don't dare kill you, but I do dare kill Jian Wushuang. I don't believe there is anyone who can save him today, Xia Yu snorted. Let's wait and see, Xue Lingtian said, not wishing to talk too much with Xia Yu. Bloodsaber, it seems that your junior brother has gotten into much trouble today. Beside Master Bloodsaber, there was an elder with white hair. The elder watched everything with a smile, making others feel warm. Same as Xue Lingtian, the white-haired elder was also one of the 18 masters of the Void Temple. Just little trouble, Shui Lingtian smiled. There was an emaciated elder with young face and white hair sitting in front of the another table. A green-haired maid sat beside him. They were the Lord of Circis Island and his daughter, Lin Wan. Dad, Jian Wushuang provoked Xia Yang because of me. If the Xia clan wish to kill him, you need to help him, Lin Wan said, her voice breaking. The Xia clan is the #1 overlord clan in the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. I cannot become their enemies, Lord of Circis Island said, shaking his head. Dad, Lin Wan said in a worried tone. Okay. Don't fret. We can just sit and watch. It's not as simple as you imagine, Lord of Circis Island said and impatiently waved his hand. Lin Wan couldn't say more. Right then, with a group of attendants surrounding her, a beautifully harsh figure walked slowly from the distant palace. Everyone in the drill ground couldn't help stopping what they did and stare at the harsh figure. Chapter 9:16 It has begun. Chapter 9:16 It has begun. Dressed in white and surrounded by the others, she walked forward slowly. Abruptly, silence descended as everyone looked at her in captivation. Her skin was lighter than snow and her eyes were like a clear spring. She stunned everyone present with her elegance and grace. Her beauty and breathtaking elegance were evident. No words could adequately describe her beauty. Above all, her aloofness was her most attractive trait. It was something that no one else in the entire world could come close to matching. This was Lung Rushuang, the widely acknowledged #1 beauty in the eternal world, the princess of the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land, and the heroine of this selection ceremony. All the male cultivators were enchanted when they laid eyes on her. Apart from Jian Wushuang, all the other geniuses cast her appreciative looks from their location in the center of the drill ground. Even Xia Mang's eyes were eager and his hands were clenched. Only a lady of such attributes would deserve to be my wife, he thought. As Lung Rushuang sat down at the void's viewing point, everyone relaxed visibly. Soon, Emperor Lung arrived. He sat on the towering throne in the middle of the viewing point and waved his hand. Let's get started. Following his announcement, the sound of an ancient bell reverberated through the drill ground. It seemed to convey a special authority. Everyone became serious and respectful. Emperor Lung looked down with a cold expression on his face. His grave voice echoed through the drill ground. I hold the selection ceremony today to find a suitable husband for Shuang'er. I won't marry her to a nobody. In order to marry her, show your sincerity and good faith. Secondly, show your talent and capability. The outcome of this ceremony depends on 2 criteria. First, the wedding gifts you have brought. Second, your strength. I will select the most outstanding man to be Shuang'er's husband based on these 2 criteria. His announcement was met with equanimity. Everyone present was aware of the 2 criteria. There are 17 participants for the selection ceremony. Now please come up one at a time to show me your wedding gifts, Emperor Lung was blunt. The 17 geniuses in the drill ground, including Jian Wushuang, were visibly excited. All of them were well prepared for the selection ceremony. They had chosen their wedding gifts very carefully too. Dongyang Chong from the Dongyang clan went up first. He bowed to Emperor Leng and other experts on the stand. Emperor Leng, I am Dongyang Chong from the Dongyang clan. I've brought 5 wedding gifts. I would like to marry the princess. Dongyang Chong wore a humble expression on his face as he produced an interspatial ring. The interspatial ring did not belong to anyone, so everyone could clearly see what was inside with their consciousness. Dongyang Chong continued, the 5 wedding gifts I have prepared are ancient heart elixir, Juku formation, part of the Shui Luo realm map, a treasure mountain refined by various priceless treasures and 10 advanced level emperor weapons. Without his explanation, the experts on the stand had already recognized these treasures when he produced the interspatial ring. Haha, so generous. Although the ancient heart elixir, Juku formation, and the Shui Luo realm map piece are not that precious, they are rare and have special effects. Did Dongyang clan collect these 3 treasures at the same time? I've looked closely at the treasure mountain. The treasures it refined were priceless. Its worth can be compared to billions of divine gems. In addition, Look at the 10 advanced level Emperor weapons. Such valuable wedding gift. Many experts on the stand looked amazed. The master of Dongyang clan looked proud. Nobody knew how much the Dongyang clan had paid to obtain such treasures. While the gifts were valuable, it was clear that Emperor Lung remained unmoved. It was obvious that Emperor Lung did not appreciate the 5 wedding gifts. Next. His voice held no emotion. Emperor Lung did not comment on Dongyang Chong's gifts. Dongyang Chong frowned but could do nothing except stand back. Thereafter, the other geniuses approached the stand to show their wedding gifts. All the geniuses had outstanding backgrounds, so their wedding gifts were impressive too. Some of them had amazed the people in the drill ground, and even the top experts on the stand. However, Emperor Lung showed little interest in them. After 15 minutes, 15 of the 17 geniuses had presented their wedding gifts. Among the 15 geniuses, Ku Yi, the personal disciple of Elder Deadwood, had presented a very rare 9-colored cloud fruit. Many experts on the stand had been surprised by the gift and some were even envious. Even Emperor Lung had been surprised. That had been the only gift which had evoked a response from him. The 15 geniuses had stepped back, leaving 2 who stood at the stand quietly. The 2 genius left were Xia Mang from the Xia clan, and Jian Wushuang. Jian Wushuang, it's just you and me now. Xia Mang looked at Jian Wushuang. With your background, I'm curious what wedding gifts you will present. Xia Mang was well aware that ancient sect, to which Jian Wushuang belonged, was just a sect of a normal realm. It was considered a powerful sect of that realm but was insignificant in the context of the eternal world. In addition, as far as he knew, Jian Wushuang's master was just in eternal realm. The only thing he could show off was his senior brother, Master Bloodsaber. Among the 17 geniuses, Jian Wushuang's background wasn't the least impressive, but it was far from outstanding. Chapter 917, Xia Clan's Wedding Gift. Chapter 917, Xia Clan's Wedding Gift. Don't concern yourself with my wedding gift. Worry about yourself. If you don't have a decent gift, don't blame me for defeating you, Jian Wushuang said coldly. Defeat me? By you? Xia Mang sneered. Jian Wushuang, you have no idea what you are talking about. Do you really think you can defeat me? You are merely from the ancient sect and all you have is your senior brother Master Bloodsaber. You are daydreaming. Open your eyes and see. Xia Mang's voice was cold but he quickly stepped forward. Everyone in the drill ground and many experts on the stand looked at him. They watched in anticipation. The wedding gifts from the previous 15 geniuses had already given them much surprise. Now, Xia Mang from the Xia clan would present his gift. The Xia clan was considered the overlord clan of the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land and held significant power. Nobody knew how strong the Xia clan's foundations were. However, everybody was aware that even during the Prime Age with the 4 emperors reigning, the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land had held the Xia clan in esteem. Many opinions held that the selection ceremony was meant to lead to an intermarriage between the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land and the Xia clan. The wedding gift prepared by the Xia clan would likely be extraordinary and surpass those presented by the previous 15 geniuses. Distinguished Emperor Leng, I am inferior Xia Mang. To marry the princess, I have prepared 3 gifts. Xia Mang looked humble and spoke calmly. 3? Only 3? So what? It's not the quantity that matters, it's the quality. Perhaps just one of his gifts will outclass all the gifts from other geniuses. Everyone broke into noisy chatter. Hearing the discussion, Xia Mang smiled and produced a jade bottle. Please have a look. It's youth-retaining elixir, my first gift. Everyone in the drill ground noticed the ivory elixir with special fragrance in the jade bottle. Many people were shocked on hearing about the youth-retaining elixir, especially some female cultivators. Youth-retaining elixir. It's youth-retaining elixir. It is said that the youth-retaining elixir can maintain one's youth forever. An old lady who takes it will immediately become young and pretty. It's not useful for warriors but it's the dream elixir for many female cultivators. The drill ground turned tumultuous. Distinguished Emperor Leng, Xia Mang said brightly, the materials to refine the youth-retaining elixir had become extinct in the eternal world. Therefore, no one can make it for a long time. However, our Xia clan still has some foundations. We have 2 of them and we brought them as our first gift. One for you, and one for the princess. You are quite thoughtful. Emperor Leng nodded. His coldness had melted down a little bit. Xia Mang smiled and waved his hand. 2 strokes of flowing light appeared in the empty ground nearby. The flowing light turned into 2 tall men with scarlet eyes and scarlet armor. They stood quietly but emitted strong killing intent. This created an uproar in the drill ground. They are. The experts on the stand looked at the 2 figures. Emitting such fearful killing intent. It must be Blood Emperor puppet. Yes, that's right. There are 2 of them. They are Blood Emperor puppets. Unbelievable. These are extremely rare in the entire eternal world. Just 1 Blood Emperor puppet would be comparable to a general Dao master. Xia Mang brought 2. The Xia clan has deep foundations. The experts appreciated the value of the gifts. They knew the 2 tall figures were very precious. Xia Mang said, the second wedding gift I've prepared is these 2 Blood Emperor puppets. I believe everyone knows that 1 Blood Emperor puppet is comparable to a normal Dao master. That's to say, having 2 Blood Emperor puppets would be similar to having 2 Dao masters. The whole drill ground burst into an uproar. Even though the youth-retaining elixir was rare, it was not that useful and had not surprised them. But the Blood Emperor puppet was different. 2 puppets were equal to 2 Dao masters. What a precious gift. The 5 gifts Dong Yang had presented were insignificant compared with the 2 Blood Emperor puppets. After all the other gifts that had been presented thus far could be bought with divine gems. 2 puppet fighters with Dao master strength were much better. I've heard that there are several Blood Emperor puppets in the Xia clan, but I didn't expect you to bring 2 today. Pretty good. Emperor Leng nodded again. It was obvious that he was quite satisfied. Xia Mang's smile widened after hearing that. Everyone waited in expectation for the 3rd gift. The 2nd gift of the 2 rare and precious Blood Emperor puppets had already been extraordinary. The 3rd gift would be much more precious. What would that be? Xia Mang didn't keep them guessing. He took out 4 tokens. Everyone was confused because the tokens looked ordinary. Distinguished Emperor Leng, elders, you are very knowledgeable eternal world experts. Have you ever heard of Magic Cloud Valley? Xia Mang said loudly. Magic Cloud Valley? The general warriors around the drill ground were still confused. However, the top experts on the stand looked surprised. Magic Cloud Valley? The overlord of the eternal world hundreds of millions years ago? That's it. That was a very strong power. Either Magic Cloud Valley in the Peak era would be comparable to the Xia clan. Unfortunately, the Magic Cloud Valley was totally destroyed hundreds of millions years ago. Those experts had lived for quite a long time. They were familiar with the history of the eternal world. Naturally, they would have heard of the Magic Cloud Valley. Dear elders, as you all know, the reason for the doom of the Magic Cloud Valley was an unprecedented internal war. The war had tragic consequences. Many experts died. The space where the Magic Cloud Valley was located collapsed completely. Xia Mang said slowly. Chapter 918, I have 3 wedding gifts too. Chapter 918, I have 3 wedding gifts too. Magic Cloud Valley had become a mysterious relic in the eternal world since the unprecedented war. No one had been able to enter it. Xia Mang's words resounded through the drill ground. One expert on the stand nodded solemnly and said, the Magic Cloud Valley relic is among the top 10 relics in the eternal world. It's said that the tokens of the 4 great elders of the Magic Cloud Valley are needed to enter it. Did you just? That's right. Xia Mang said proudly, the last gift I have prepared is the tokens of the 4 great elders. With them, one can go to the Magic Cloud Valley relic and obtain all the treasures in it. Wow! All the top experts on the stand were greatly surprised. The 3rd gift was so valuable. Not only was it a complete relic, it was one of the Magic Cloud Valley, the overlord of the eternal world at that time. Although the Magic Cloud Valley was not as powerful as the Xia clan, it was pretty close. The relic of such a powerful clan was very precious. That was a huge treasure. The Xia clan had presented it to Emperor Leng as a wedding gift. So generous. Alchemy Master praised, I've heard about the Magic Cloud Valley before. There were only a few people who survived the war. Various magic weapons and treasures were left in the relic. It's extremely valuable. Haha, generous, so generous. That's the Xia clan. Elder Deadwood laughed, but inwardly, he felt sad. Among the previous 15 geniuses, the most valuable gift that had been presented was the 9-colored cloud fruit from his disciple. Xia Mang's third gift was such an incredible treasure that it dwarfed the 10 9-colored cloud fruits. Elder Deadwood realized that in terms of wedding gifts, Xia Mang had overtaken his disciple. Everyone on the stand was astonished. Xia Yu, you're paying a high price to win the princess's hand in marriage. If Xia clan had kept the Magic Cloud Valley relic, your overall strength would have increased 10 to 20%. Would you really rather present it as a wedding gift? Dongyang clan's master's tone was sarcastic as he looked at Xia Yu. It's just the Magic Cloud Valley relic, it's not that important. Intermarriage with the imperial house is worth it regardless of what it costs. On the surface, Xia Yu appeared nonchalant about the loss of the treasure, but inwardly, he felt different. Nobody knew how long it had taken to obtain the tokens. It had taken nearly 1,000,000 years to collect all 4 tokens, and now they were losing them at the same time. It was understandable that Xia Yu felt some sorrow at their loss. However, the benefits of an intermarriage with the imperial house outweighed those of the Magic Cloud Valley relic. Distinguished Emperor Leng, are you satisfied with the 3 wedding gifts we present? Xia Yu asked. Pretty good. It seems that the Xia clan has proved their good faith. The poker-faced Emperor Leng finally smiled. Indeed, the wedding gifts from the Xia clan were very outstanding, especially the third one. The benefits of the Magic Cloud Valley were significant, even for the imperial house of the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. Haha, it seems that the result of the wedding gifts competition is obvious. Xia Yu laughed. Elder Xia Yu, is it too soon to make a judgment? Someone snorted. Xia Yu looked over and realized that Xue Lingtian had spoken. He answered coldly, Master Bloodsaber, do you think there is any wedding gift comparable to ours? Or are you saying that your junior brother is going to present a more precious and scarce treasure? Master Bloodsaber, are you daydreaming? Xia Yu sneered impolitely. The other experts shared the same sentiments but remained silent. Let's wait and see. I don't need to make any judgment. Everyone can tell whose wedding gift is better. Xue Lingtian snorted. Xia Yu frowned and looked towards the drill ground. Xia Mang stood back and looked at Jian Wushuang. He was surprised to see that Jian Wushuang had remained composed even though everyone else had been shocked by his gifts. Jian Wushuang stepped forward. Everyone in the drill ground stared at Jian Wushuang with expectant faces. They remembered the confrontation between Jian Wushuang and Xia Mang before the selection ceremony. Xia Mang had presented 3 impressive wedding gifts. What would Jian Wushuang present? Although it's impossible to match Xia Mang's, it would be very embarrassing if the gifts are even worse than others, someone joked. In the middle of the drill ground, Jian Wushuang walked a few steps forward and stopped. He looked up at Emperor Leng and the other experts and bowed. Distinguished Emperor Leng, I am inferior Jian Wushuang. What a coincidence. I have brought 3 wedding gifts too. Everyone was shocked. What a coincidence. Jian Wushuang had also prepared 3 wedding gifts. Xia Mang had just presented 3 gifts. If there were no history of bad blood between the two, it might just be a coincidence. However, given their previous confrontation, it was obvious that Jian Wushuang had done this intentionally. Also 3 gifts. Xia Mang was shocked for a moment. He sneered. Well, let's see if a bumpkin from an ordinary sect of the realm can produce anything to compete with my youth-retaining elixir, Blood Emperor puppet and Magic Cloud Valley relic. Chapter 919, The Battle Has Started. Chapter 919, The Battle Has Started. Silence descended in the drill ground. Everyone waited with bated breath for the reveal of Jian Wushuang's 3 wedding gifts. Jian Wushuang didn't disappoint. He flipped his palm and showed a nearly clear jade bottle. There was a light purple elixir in it. Unlike general elixirs, this elixir wasn't fragrant and had an odorous scent. The experts frowned when they saw the elixir. This elixir is called crepe myrtle elixir. Jian Wushuang looked up at Emperor Leng. His voice rang out across the whole drill ground. Crepe myrtle elixir? Many people were confused as they had never heard about it or were aware of its function. However, Emperor Leng seemed shocked. Leng Wushuang, who was sitting beside Emperor Leng, appeared stunned as well. She looked at Wushuang. Jian Wushuang continued, more than 200 years ago, I was a 3-clawed blood eagle guard in the Royal Guard. I went through a Hell level assignment with the other 3-clawed blood eagle guards. Hell level? Everyone was taken aback. The Blood Eagle Guard was well known in the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. They had heard of some of their assignments too. Hell level assignment. Hell level assignments were fraught with danger. There had been few such assignments in the history of the Kingdom Tang of the Eastern Land. The reason for that Hell level assignment was because the princess had been badly poisoned. To control the poison, a natural treasure called yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit was needed to refine the crepe myrtle elixir. I went to an impasse in the eternal world with other 3-clawed blood eagle guards. After surmounting numerous obstacles, I was the only one who survived and retrieved the yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit. Now, I present the crepe myrtle elixir, refined by that yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit, as my first wedding gift. Jian Wushuang's voice was as loud as thunder and it rang out across the drill ground. Of course, he had mentioned the impasse without talking about the stellar fog sea. The stellar fog sea had been a mystery for a long time. If it were public knowledge that he had emerged from it alive, it would inevitably cause some trouble. Understanding dawned on the spectators. The crepe myrtle elixir might not be very valuable, but it had been retrieved at great cost. The sincerity of the gift was incomparable. As for the function of the crepe myrtle elixir, seated at the throne in the middle of the stand, Emperor Leng raised his eyebrows. Looking at Jian Wushuang, he thought to himself, he really came out of the stellar fog sea and got the yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit. How did he manage to do it? Leng Wushuang was trembling slightly. He went to the stellar fog sea for me? Her emotions were in turmoil. More than 200 years ago, Emperor Leng had sent some experts to the stellar fog sea to get the yin-yang dragon phoenix fruit for her. However, she hadn't known that Jian Wushuang had been one of them. The stellar fog sea. It was the impasse from which no one came out alive. Jian Wushuang. Emperor Leng finally said, your first gift is indeed quite useful for Shuang'er. Everyone was amazed with Emperor Leng's acknowledgement. For a fleeting moment, Xia Mang looked upset. It's just opportunistic. Even if his crepe myrtle elixir is more useful than my youth-retaining elixir, it's just the first gift. Everyone stared at Jian Wushuang as he smiled and took out his second gift. The second gift was also an elixir in a jade bottle. However, there were 5. Distinguished Emperor Leng, elders. You are all very knowledgeable. I believe you can recognize these 5 elixirs without my introduction. Jian Wushuang took one out and placed it on his palm. The experts on the stand stared at the light yellow elixir. Is it the body dan? Yes, it's body dan. I've seen it before. It has the same color and same fragrance. I am sure. The legendary body dan? Experts on the stand were agitated. Some of them even stood up. Body dan, the elixir that could allow an Eternal Realm expert to easily become a Dao Master. It was a legendary elixir in the Eternal World. It was almost extinct. One body dan had a 90% chance of turning an Eternal Realm expert into a Dao Master. 5 body dans meant 5 Dao Masters. These were human Dao Masters, unlike Xia Mang's Blood Emperor puppets. Human experts were obviously more valuable than puppet fighters. Jian Wushuang's first gift, the crepe myrtle elixir, might have been only slightly better than the youth-retaining elixir. The 5 body fruits were undoubtedly far better than the 2 Blood Emperor puppets. I am very grateful to predecessor Alchemy Master for the body dance. Jian Wushuang looked up at Alchemy Master. He had 5 body fruits, with which it was already difficult to refine 4 body dance. As the number 1 alchemist, Alchemy Master had refined 5. The success rate was 100%. Seeing the 5 body dance, Xia Yu from the Xia clan became upset. How is it possible? How did he get the body dan? And he even brought 5. Xia Mang looked terrible, but calmed down soon. Though your second gift is more precious than my Blood Emperor puppets, don't forget my third gift. The third gift from our Xia clan is an enormous treasure house. It's invincible. Xia Mang was absolutely confident with their third gift. So what if the crepe myrtle elixir had a better function than his youth-retaining elixir? So what if 5 body fruits were more precious than his 2 Blood Emperor puppets? The most important and valuable gift they had prepared was the third one. It had outshone all the gifts from the others, combined. What did someone from an ordinary sect of the realm have that could compete with that? Jian Wushuang didn't mind Xia Mang at all. He looked at the experts and took a deep breath. He took out the third gift that had been prepared by his master, which had totally shocked Jiyu King and himself. You're tuning in to the Celestial War YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories,